That you see, this is one thing. Then other day say, it is in the essential nectar. According to the essential nectar, what usually Tantra teaching says. Tantra teaching. Tantra teaching, Sutra teaching, what it says. Kewe shenam, janguen tlete. Kewe shenam, janguen tlete. Rangi lama shawa nyinchir. Jala magu. Kewe shenam, janguen tlete. Rangi lama shawa nyinchir. Tala magu, so that respect to the Guru, to that Guru. Tala magu, jangu magu, sugna, tele, namin jiwa kang. Oh, you have to understand that. You have to write down that in your diary book. In your diary book. Oh. In your diary book. Not only write things with attachment or anger or all that. All the important creation write down the use of meditation. Use daily life. Most important practice. The most important practice in your life. So the virtuous friends. The virtuous friends. The virtuous friends, if I make rules, the virtuous friends, all the Buddha's action, all the actions of all the holy actions of the victorious ones, means Buddha. So, what is virtuous friend? Oh, virtuous friend is, you see, all the holy actions of the victorious one. So they must say Buddhas. All the holy actions of Buddhas. They must say, describing what virtuous friend is. So, so now that manifests in one's own Guru. That manifests in one's own Guru. Rangi Lama, Rangi means one's own. Rangi Lama Shawa Nyinchir manifests in one's own Guru. Talamagu. So disrespect to that, or disrespect to the Kasure, the disrespect to the Kasure, that's heresy, anger, whatever the negative thoughts to that Guru. So the just word respect, that would include all the other things. Rising disrespect to that Guru, to that Mr. Guru. So, Rangi Lama Shawa Nyinchir, Tela Maku, Jangu Maku Basuna. So, respect to that is disrespect to all the Buddha. You have to understand. Disrespect to every single Buddha, every single number of Buddha, every single Buddha. Whether you're angry to the Guru, angry or heresy, complain to Guru, or you complain to all numberless Buddhas. The disrespect to the Guru, or the respect to the Guru, Or then, then disrespect to all the Buddha, numberless Buddha. It is said in the Tantra teaching, and Sutra and Tantra, it is said, Sunas, Tere, Namichiwa Kang. There's no more rapid aspect, suffering. There's no more suffering than that. There's no more heavy suffering. There's no more heavy suffering than that. You understand? Suna tere namichiwa kang. There's no heavier suffering than that. That's the heaviest suffering. So so you see, if it's not Buddha, if it's not the action of all the Buddhas, manifestation of all, if it's not Guru, it's not the action of all the Buddhas, it's not the manifestation of all the Guru's action. All the Buddha's action. The Guru is not the action of all the Buddhas. Then you see, you can get angry, you can complain, you can do anything. Then it's okay. You see, you can relax. You can do everything. You can complain, you see. Then you can relax. You see, you don't have to worry. You see? So, what about this? So if you don't believe, you relax. Don't worry. You don't have to confess. Okay? You see? So, this Sutra, Tantra is expanded. This is a basic teaching. So here, you believe or not? That you see. So it is said. And then Tendiyo Gongla Samchayne, Loma Chun Nyani, Tendao Dungato. So, because Tendiyo Gongla Samchayne, so then just one more. By thinking these guides, Gongla Samchayne, by thinking these guides, these gurus, words of friends. Then you become the disciple of them. You become the disciple of them. Then you belittle that. Then you belittle that to them. You see, you become belittled to the guru. Then what happens? Always you suffer. For eons, you suffer. So this, the session is short. All that you write down. We always look at, always think of this. Then you protect yourself. You protect yourself for many eons, creating heaviness, karma, suffering, in the health, all that, okay? So, then so that if you are wise or not, then here the teaching is that. I'll tell you one example. This may help you. A long time ago, my mother was there. So somebody offered donation to build a retreat room in. But Lama didn't want to. Lama had his own idea, didn't want to spend for the retreat, to build a retreat house in. So my mother wanted to use the money to build a retreat house, So my mind was very bad, unlucky mind. So followed the mother's way. didn't follow the Lama. So followed my mother's way. So what happened, I think, and the non-devotion thought, you see? Non-devotion thought. So follow the mother's way. So, I think non-devotion thought. So what happened towards that evening? What happened was, you see, there are two long prayer flags. Two very long prayer flags in the front of Kappa Gomba. There's old Gomba. The other one is okay. But the one near my room is the long one. It fell down on my room side. Fell on over my room side. Fell down. The top was I think not completely fell down, but it's broken. So that you see. So maybe I don't know. So Dharma protectors also you sign that Dharma protectors are displeased. See, because I didn't follow Lama, I followed my mother's way. So non-devotion thought, bad, very bad thought. They are non-devotion rising. So I think the Dharma protectors are displeased, and maybe I don't know. So you see, the long prayer flag fell down on my room, over my room side, fell down the top, bent top, not completely broken piece, but broken, but it's still there, but it's broken. So like that. That not happy, displeased. So kind of sign of that sign, see? So like that, if I follow Lama's way, you see, then you see, okay, I want to mention this. Satyapandita mentioned. Satyapandita mentioned, I see. Nyime was Rabchayang. Even the sun was very hot. The sun beam is hot. Even the sun beam is hot. Nyime was Rabchayang. Without a magnifying glass, fire cannot give. It's no matter how the sun beams so hot, but without a magnifying glass, the sun cannot produce fire. So there's a kind of herb, plant. So you rub it with dry. So you put there to make fire. In the old times. So you put there, then you see the magnifying glass, or in the mountains, snow mountains, when we travel, you see, you use this iron, the crystal stone, you see, you do like this, so fire spark comes out. So fire spark goes on that, this in a plant, it's dry. You mash it, or then you start flame the fire. Then you put small wood, you see, and then you make food. So that we in the past, nowadays I'm sure different. In the past, when we travel, only we were traveling on our snow mountains, we do like that. This is how we make food. So anyway, magnifying glass. In sunbeams so hot, but you need a magnifying glass to produce the fire on that. The sun, no matter how the beams cannot produce fire on that. So in the middle, Rabchaya Meseme Memijin. Teaching Sangye Chili like that, teaching Sangye Chiljang. Lama Meba Jungwinu. Without the Guru, the Lama Meba, without Guru, blessings of the Buddha cannot be received within us, you see. cannot be received without the guru. So this is great meaning, very important to understand. Lama Maba Junior cannot receive without guru. Tejan Sangye Chilike Lama Junior. And then after that, listen. Pandan Lama Nyeva, Sangye Tamse Nyeva. Oh, you have to listen this one. By pleasing the guru, please all the Buddha. Oh, you have to understand that. Oh, another one, you have to understand. Why? You see, now there isn't, you don't believe. So why makes all the Buddhas happy? If the Guru is happy, how it makes all the Buddhas happy? You see, it is said. So it's not for telling lie to the sentient beings by Buddha. It's not telling lie for it's not to cheat the sentient beings by Buddha. I mean, if you don't believe this means Buddha cheating sentient beings, that's what it is. So even Buddha achieved omniscient mind, perfect compassion to embrace numberless and all that, after complete all the path, all the till the complete path. Even before Buddha, you have to have compassion to every sentient being. Even before Buddha, you have to compassion to every sentient being. Yeah. So, yeah, it's possible to Buddha cheat sentient beings. You think like that. You see? How's possible? Buddha cheat also, still Buddha cheats sentient beings. It's possible? There's no way. Even Buddha have to cheat sentient beings. So, you see, so therefore, by pleasing Guru, then makes all the Buddhas happy. Yeah, all the Buddhas happy. You see. But the Lama never, Sankhya times, never choose. Oh, you see, you have to think that you have to think that. You have to think that. Oh, then that's when Sankhya times never choose. Conjunction was Chigdivi, Lama Chela Darkivsi. Conjunction was Chigdivi, Lama Chela Darkivsi. So, conjunction was Chigdivi, so Buddha Sangha, you see, imported into one. To you, the Guru, I go for refuge. Oh, you see, he mentioned that. Like that. By placing Guru, place all Buddha. So one time, Captain Rinpoche, and in the house, the Rijige house, Rinpoche lived 1 year there. Some retreat there. So Rinpoche, one time, Rinpoche was very interested. He was reading some Makala text. So you see, there it says, you see, by pleasing Guru, the Mahakal get pleased. It says, yeah. By pleasing Guru, the Mahakal pleases. You see? He was repeating over and over that. took very interesting, much interest in that, and he was to recite over and over that. So it is that, you see, that really you have to consider. You have to keep this in the heart. You see, this happens. it is said that so you see, if someone say Guru broken or something, you see, then then you offer scarves to the holy, to the statues, things like that. Then it doesn't receive the scarf. You see, but if you make offering to the Guru, if you make offering to the Guru, then it's a good. You get the benefits of offering, but also accepting. You get double benefits. So offering, you get benefit of offering, but also accepting. So you offer food or whatever, you see, so you get two benefits. So they are holy objects, you see, then they don't take, don't receive. You see, like that. So this will also help by understanding this also. So it is saying teachings. Also, I think maybe I stop here. So there, you see, these are things you have to understand. Really, the question I said, it's happening. It's happening that way, this way. So you see, that helps you. Discover realization. I mean, the practice, your practice to develop the correct following words of friend. They may help you to develop the rise strong of the devotion, and then you see helps that and to get realization and then stable, and so then that you see makes the achieving enlightenment very fast. So without obstacle, without much less obstacle, stronger the the correct following words of friend, with stronger devotion, that less obstacle. So so I stop.